Well, good afternoon. It is Monday Meetup. My name is Araya Anra, and I come here every Monday at Invoke Healing to meet with you guys, talk about different subjects, answer questions if you have them, and let you know that I'm here to help if possible. And, we're talking about help today. I am a psychic medium and an energy healer and life coach, and I pull those things together to help you get moments of clarity, to get insight into what's going on that is holding you back or not flowing, not making things move forward in your life. And I truly believe that a moment of clarity can change everything. So let's talk about help today. A couple weeks ago we talked about trust and surrender. Hands up, time to just let the universe steer the course. And with that, I know in my own life, I often get frustrated that I feel like I'm not getting any help, that I just want someone to come in and help me. Single mom of two, it gets overwhelming. Life gets overwhelming. Even if you have a partner and a full family support, it just seems like it's overwhelming these days. There's just so many demands on our time and our energy. And what I have discovered in the last month or so is even watching myself as I put it out, because I know for me, life lesson is I've got to ask for what I want. I have to see it, I have to vision it, put it out there, and then allow the universe to bring it to me. And that's that trust and surrender piece. And so when I'm allowing the universe to bring it to me, am I, one, being clear on what I'm asking for, and two, am I seeing when it actually shows up? I had a prime example a couple weeks ago. I often send out, please just send me some help. Please just send me some help. And I'm realizing that sometimes there's help right around me, and I just need to ask that person to help me, especially my kids, my sons. There are things that they can do, and I have to be able to trust them to do it. I have to let go of control. I have to let them do it in the way that they can, or be willing to take the time to give them instruction. But a beautiful example happened. I was camping and had to pull up my stuff and was taking a load to the car and came back, and in the group campsite, other people who were already done there were 3 people that actually jumped over to dismantle my tent. And wow, there was the universe providing help, like actually taking my tent down for me. I couldn't receive it. I actually stepped in and got into all these places of panic and fear of it's not going to be folded right, it's not going to go in the bag right because it's so specific how it has to be folded, or there's going to be something inside the tent that they didn't look for and see. All these things in my head, right? And here is this beautiful help, all these people just jumping in, and it's just taking down a tent. And yet I found myself unable to receive it, and going into this checkmate of, whoa, I actually have someone helping me. I have people here that are willing to carry stuff to my car, and being willing to say, oh yes, this needs to go, and this is where I'm parked, and this needs to go. And so are you there and actually able to see help when it arrives, see the help that's around you that maybe just needs to be asked for, and being willing to verbalize it, and are you able to receive it? Because I found that even though I work a lot on trust and surrender, I work a lot with clients on trust and surrender, this was another piece that I hadn't really been paying attention to. Am I surrendering to that trust showing up, or am I just continually frustrated about it? And am I willing to receive the gift? Can I see it coming in? Another beautiful piece came in today about that trust and surrender, of really taking us back to, we come into this life journey and we're infants, right? And we are totally helpless. We actually have to rely absolutely on 100% on the universe to provide for us. We're dropped into a home with mom or dad or someone to care for us. We never question, am I going to get a meal? Am I going to get a blanket? Am I going to be cleaned and bathed? Am I going to be whatever? It's always there, and it always shows up abundantly. Mom never cut us short on milk or food or clothing or warmth or any of those things, because all of us naturally want to take care of an infant. Mother, Father, God's the same way. We want to be taken care of. Well, the universe wants to provide for us. And so are we letting it? Are we able to go back to that infant state? And I really see that that's where, as we grow up and we start to have experiences in the world, we lose all that capacity to receive help. We lose that capacity to trust and surrender to, hi Nikki, good to see you, being abundantly provided for. And so what I experienced just this morning with someone was actually being able to take into that space and bridge and go back to that experience. And maybe you can do this on your own. Go back into a meditative space and ask your guides to take you into that space where you were an infant, or even in vitro, because all your needs were met in vitro. But actually coming into the world, into the physical space where it's such a foreign place and it's a harsh environment and things need to be provided for us to survive. Going back into that space where you just know that you were divinely cared for, that everything was provided, and that trust and surrender, that's the energy space that you want to hold yourself in to bridge it to this time and space in the body you're in now. Maybe you're 30, maybe you're 50, maybe you're 70. It doesn't matter, but you can bridge back to that time as an infant and know that that's an internal way for you to have a conscious realization of how well you were provided for by the universe. Mother, Father, God's never going to abandon or deny. So when we can go back to that absolute trust and not have to have control or not go into fear that I'm not going to get what I need, and then we just allow it to unfold, that's when we're in our power place. That's where we're in our most trusted, surrendered, I got, the universe has got my back. And how do we do that? The greatest visual came in this morning of being in a boat in a river, and you're in like a raft, and you don't have any oars, so you can't steer through the rapids. You just have to let it carry you whichever direction it needs to. But you do have to always still be putting out the destination. Where do you want the universe to take you? Do you want it to take you to a place where you have a whole bunch of help? Do you want it to take you to a place where you have this kind of house or this kind of job or this kind of relationship? If you set the goal clearly in your mind and ask for that, the universe wants to provide it and provide it abundantly. So when you set the destination, allow the universe to navigate the course. In that, you will have action steps to take, but it's about allowing. It's about letting yourself just go, okay, I'm in the boat. I'm riding it out. I know where I'm headed. I'm going to keep putting that vision out and be grateful for it, even before it's here, as if I already have it. And I'm going to let that help show up. I'm going to let that house show up. I'm going to let that job show up. I'm going to let that relationship show up. And maybe it's just a feeling of well-being that you want to have. And how can I get that? And maybe in that course of moving towards well-being, as the course flows and changes, you've shown opportunities on the shore that maybe this gets dropped in the boat. Maybe it's a perfect yoga class. Maybe it's the perfect trainer. Maybe it's the perfect little vacation getaway that rejuvenates you. Whatever it be, there are going to be action steps that you get intuitively guided to take along the way, along the journey. But that's going to be your job to take those intuitive hits and move forward with them to actually get there. So I hope that made some sense. I hope it helps. And if this is the help you've been asking for, I hope that I could deliver it and that you could receive it. If you want more, I would love to have a discussion with you to see if we're a good fit to work together. If you have been wondering about sessions, I do 20-minute dragon readings. I do 75-minute one-on-one sessions with reading and coaching combined. And I do work remotely. I work all over the world. So most of my clients are done by Zoom, Skype, or phone. And you will find that energy is energy, and it delivers really potently on a remote access basis. So that's what's available. Message me or email me, and we can get together and have a 20-minute discovery call to see what could work for you. What kind of things are you trying to move through? How could I be of assistance? Do I have the right modalities for you? And when would be a good fit energetically to work together? I love to do those. And I also love at the end of these meetups, I'm excited to see a few of you out there. Let's pull a card for how willing, let's have it related to help. How willing are we to be able to see the help that's arriving in the universe for us? As you guys know, I work with energy, so rather than shuffling the cards and having any fallout, I like to just feel energetically where the deck is cutting. And it's cutting way up here this time. So with that question of, am I able to receive help in the universe? What message do my guides have for me today? And this is for everybody on the playback too. What message do your guides have for you today regarding help and it coming to you? So we have the 10 of Gabriel, and it says, oh my goodness, I love how perfect these cards always are. It says, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. this is definitely for you guys asking for help. Ask the universe. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. That can be physically carrying things for you. That can be energetically carrying things for you. That can be helping you navigate those waters. That can be reaching out for guidance with someone like myself who's a healer to lighten that load, to help you see where you're carrying things that you don't need to be carrying. I love how perfectly attuned this card is today with that question. So the 10 of Gabriel, the beautiful archangel that she is, here in an environment with a woman in her house with all kinds of stuff around it, and just looking forlorn, like, I have too much to do. I feel that way a lot. Exactly. Oh my word, Nikki. Perfect message. Just exactly the card we needed today. Because we all need a little help. Life is overwhelming and can get us down, can get us anxious, can get us nervous. And that's where that little tidbit about being able to drop yourself into a meditation space to actually create and go back to what it was like as an infant. And we don't have a lot of conscious memory of many things before we were 3 or 4. The neural pathways maybe weren't formed perfectly, but energetically you can go back to that space and feel the cocoon, feel yourself being held against your mother's chest or being swaddled in the crib, and just that space of trust that you had of knowing that as soon as I voice my needs, I'm going to get something. I'm going to get somebody picking me up. I'm going to get food. I'm going to get cleaned up, whatever the case was. We absolutely trusted everything in the universe to meet our next need. We just had to vocalize. Put that thing out. It's no different now, but we have to remember how to do that. And quite often we get mixed in these patterns of anxiety, fear, tension, all these things churning in the body, which is like those whitewater rapids that we feel are going to just topple us over or send us over this way in a chaotic direction. And when you breathe into it and trust and go back into that space, just like when you were an infant, it makes it so much easier to actually know that help is on its way, that trust and surrender is there, and you're going to be provided for abundantly. So hoping you have a wonderful Monday. I appreciate you letting me come on early today. I did come on at 11:11 instead of 1:11 because I get to go see my orthodontist for my braces today. So thanks for letting me come on early. And I hope you also enjoyed my office space today. I'm thoroughly enjoying it and love that it's working for my signal here today, having my live here. So have a wonderful Monday. We'll see you next week, and I appreciate you guys being here. Bye.